everyone, it's Nico from Documenting Simple Living, and today I am going to show you how to make simple sourdough starter pancakes. Sourdough starter pancakes are really easy because all you really need is a few ingredients, and they are really delicious, light, fluffy, and super quick to make. The recipe that I will show you today will make 2 large pancakes, which is a satisfying portion for an adult, but you can of course just multiply the recipe to make more than 1 serving. So to make these sourdough starter pancakes, you will need sourdough starter. You will need 1 egg, a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of honey, and butter, and that is all. So to make them, all you do is simply combine the sourdough starter, the egg, the honey, and the baking soda. Stir it all up. Then put your butter, about a tablespoon of butter, into a hot cast iron skillet. Make sure your skillet is really hot because this will help you flip the pancakes without them sticking to the pan. I like to wait to put the batter into the skillet until the butter is actually browning, because that's when I know that it's super hot. Then pour about half of the batter into your skillet. Let it sit for about a minute. Or when you can see those bubbles start to appear on the top of the pancake. And then using a stainless steel flipper, flip it over once and let it sit on the skillet for about another 30 seconds, a minute, and then do the same thing with the remaining batter. You can top these with a whole bunch of different things. I like to use just basic real maple syrup. I am using raw honey today. You can make a simple berry syrup by putting frozen berries in a saucepan, adding a bit of honey and a little bit of water and letting it reduce down. You could whip up some cream, add some jam, or even peanut butter is delicious if you put it on right when the pancakes come out of the skillet so the peanut butter can kind of melt on top. There are a few variations as well that you can consider. I like to, for example, add half a banana and about a tablespoon of peanut butter into the batter and make banana peanut butter pancakes. These are really great, especially for younger kids, like toddlers. I don't like to give my toddlers maple syrup or date syrup or like sticky sweet stuff quite yet, but when you add banana and peanut butter to a pancake, that gives it that sweetness, so they, in my experience, tend to enjoy them. And you can also add frozen berries just straight to the batter, like I'm doing here. In the winter and early spring, like we're in right now, it's hard to find fresh berries, but frozen berries work great as well. You can also make them high protein by adding an extra egg and a tablespoon of ground linseed. Linseed is super high in protein and it doesn't add a lot of flavor, so it just kind of adds that protein bulk. These taste best, of course, just right out of the skillet, nice and hot, but you can also store them in the fridge for about a day, or you could let them cool and put a piece of parchment paper in between each pancake and put them in a freezer safe container, and they'll last about a month in the freezer. You can just reheat them in the oven and they should be delicious. You can even make these pancakes with sourdough discard if you're just getting your starter started. They'll probably be less fluffy and bubbly because sourdough discard doesn't have the same level of fermentation that a mature starter has. And they also won't have as many of the gut-healthy probiotics for the same reason, but you can still make these pancakes with discard. On documentingsimpleliving.com, I have a whole list of sourdough discard recipes and other really simple sourdough recipes that you can make if you're just getting started with sourdough. If you are like me and just starting out on your simple living journey, consider signing up for the Documenting Simple Living newsletter. It's a community of people who are all kind of sharing tips and tricks and what they learn and what works and what doesn't work as we all sort of start to make things from scratch instead of buying them from the store. Not only food, but also body products and natural remedies and that sort of thing. If that's of interest, the link to subscribe to the newsletter is in the description. Thank you for stopping by today, and I will speak to you in the next Documenting Simple Living video.